Today I'm going to teach you guys how to set up, record, and edit COD4. Some things we need before we start: IW3XO, which is our game; Demo Archive, which is how we download our demos; the NVIDIA Inspector, which is for a slight quality increase; and IW3MVM, which is how we record our cities. All of these will be in the description along with the free project file at the end of the video. The folders and extract everything. You're gonna notice we have NVIDIA Profile Inspector, the game, and Demo Archive, but COD MVM Launcher isn't here, so you're gonna need to download that separately. But for right now, what we need to worry about is downloading the Video Profile Inspector so we get nice reflections on our game and it'll just look better. You're gonna take this folder, you're gonna extract it. It's probably already downloaded, but just in case. You're gonna open it up. Once we're inside, we're gonna look at profiles, and we need to type in the game we're editing. So today we're doing COD4, so you're gonna type in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Click this. After that, you're gonna click this button with the arrow pointing down. Import profiles. You're gonna scroll down. This will be in the folder 2, Ultra Max Reflection. You're gonna apply that. Once it says it's successfully imported, that means you're done and you don't need to worry about it. How we actually get our demos, so we can record our cities and record our clips. In the folder, you're gonna have Demo Archive, but it should already be extracted. So you're gonna open this up. You're gonna open the application. You're gonna see 5 games at the top. We're doing COD4 today. There's also BO2 and everything else. On the left, you'll see these are how we select through our cities. So these are the guns, the amount of kills, and the map. If you want specific locations on the map, you click map, you click the map you want, and then you can go like shop and then search, and this will be the specific location on that map. Statistics, this is just how many of each demo like the game has. So there's 320 M4 like sniper demos. To save, so say I really like this, you click this start button, you click save, and it'll show you every demo that you've saved and like you like. And then once you want to download it, you just click download, and it'll just route to your downloads folder or wherever you have your like automatic downloads in. All everything, and you have your demos ready. You can open up IW3XO in the folder. Once it opens up, you'll see reshade. If you have a reshade like I do, you can press home. You have effect toggle key, bind this to whatever you want. So right now I have my mouse bind. Click it and it'll turn off. When you're ready, you can search COD MVM Launcher. You're gonna open it up. You're gonna click select mod, IW3MVM, load mod. Once it's loaded, open up your game again. Press the X on the readme, and then you'll see 0 demos found. You're gonna click the folder. You're gonna go route it to wherever your demos are saved. So I save mine to my downloads, go here, and then select folder, right? So you'll have all your demos right here. You'll open it up. Once you see the play button, you click play on whatever demo you want. So I'll do this one. You're gonna notice at the bottom, you have your time scaling. So this is how slow and fast you want. So 0.1 will be 0.1 speed, it'll be slow. 2 will be fast, right? General recording settings, we have our 2D elements. So this is how you hide like the HUD, right, of your actual game. So just always hide this. For your sun, this is our most important part apart from reshade. You can change the color of it to whatever you want. You can change the brightness, so make it brighter and make it darker. And then this is the X, Y, and Z. So this is just where your sun will be positioned on your recording. For film tweaks, I don't normally mess with this. This is your color correction. You can do this in After Effects, but brightness, contrast, desaturation, right? It's self-explanatory. Your tint, this is what color you want your recording. So I can make it orange, I can make it black. You have your tint dark, this is your darks or your blacks, and tint light, which is your whites. Depth of field, we'll never need this because you use cinematic depth of field and reshade. I might go over that in another tutorial, but for this one, I'll just go over recording. For general recording, you'll go here. You'll notice time frame. This is the 2 red bars at the bottom. So let's say I want the end of my clip to be right here when I kill the guy, right? So end, this is the end of the clip. We go back a bit, this is the beginning of the clip. And now when I press record, this will be the start frame, this will be the end frame, and then there'll be like however many frames in between this is. For our output, you do video. For our video codec, you don't need to worry about this too much. Frame rate, you'll never need 1000 because when you do 1000, it'll slow down your recording a lot. So I just do 500. For your mode, these are your passes. So you can make depth maps, green screen, etc. So just press multi-pass. You're gonna add passes. So I go normally 3 or 4. The default one will be just this, the gameplay. The pass 1, you can do a depth map. So this will make depth for your foreground and your near. So you can do this to make like blurs, so you can blur the background instead of the front. And this is an easier and quicker way than using something like BCC depth ML or depth everything. If you want to see what the depth looks like, you click this eyeball and it'll show you the depth. And then if you want to delete it, you just press the trash. You can also do like a only gun. This will green screen out the gun. Only world. This will take out the gun and the player. So this is good if you want to do like displacement effects, or you want to composite the background and then not the gun. So if you want like particles or something. If you're done getting your recording and everything and you're ready to make your cine, you're gonna go into the game. You press free cam, press F, be in this free cam mode so you can move with WASD. You can press E and Q to move up and down. You can press shift to go faster. You can press control to go slower. Scroll wheel up is to change your FOV and zoom in. Scroll wheel down is to zoom out. And you can see in the bottom right how much your FOV is. So right now I'm at 57. I could go up to 80. Right. Your alt and scroll wheel. So alt scroll wheel up is to go right. Alt scroll wheel down is to go left. And then you can see the degrees you're facing in the bottom left. When you want to make a cam path, you want to make sure your time scale is 0.1. You make your first marker, so I'll make it here. And when you're making your cine, you want to make sure to keep in mind basic photography rules. So if you do some stuff like videography, photography, you can apply like real life stuff to your COD edits, or vice versa. You can apply your COD edit stuff to real life. And in the description, I'll link a good slideshow that'll basically teach like the basic principles of making a cine, right? You make your first marker and you make sure to press B. So this is the start. You go forward on your time scale. You see he's dying now. So now I want my second marker. So I'll go like here, for example, right? Maybe I'll zoom it in. Maybe I'll slant it a little bit. Make the second marker. And when I'm making my cines, I normally go for like about three markers, but you can do however much you need. So normally I'll do my 2 quick ones and then a little slow one like closer to it. And then maybe I'll make like one more like right here, where it's like more zoomed in, and play a little bit. Go to a good point I want. And press K again. And then boom, you have your camera path. You see the yellow lines is your cam path. Once you want to preview it, you go to the start. You open up here, dolly camera. And you can see now my cameras are moving and I have my cine, right? So when you record, same thing like earlier. Press N on your keyboard at the end. Press B on your keyboard at the front. You go record and you'll see this time frame. And make sure you're in dolly camera when you do this. Because if you're in any camera like free cam, right? It won't record your cam movement. It'll just record these. It'll look like this, right? Say I recorded, I press record like this. It'll just record the still image right here. So make sure you're in dolly cam when you're doing it. And then you press record. Lastly, say I go to the end and I don't like my camera. I don't like what it looks like. I can open this up and then I can mess with the X and the Y values. So X will move it in and out. Y will move it side to side. Z, up and down. You go down more. You have your pitch, which is up and down again. But this is not the position of it. This is just actually how it's facing. And then your yaw is left and right, how it's facing. Your roll will be the slant angle of it. And your FOV, you can change the FOV, right? So that's the basics of making a cine. For other cameras we have, the third person camera. We have the orbit camera, which I never use. We have the bone camera. So this, you can connect to any player you want. So I would connect to player 3 right now. And then you can connect to what body part or their gun you want. So let's go weapon. And you can see here, I'm connected to his weapon now, right? Okay, connected to the weapon. And then lastly, you can make death anims and apply them to players. So you just do this and apply whatever you want to a death anim. I don't normally use this, but it's useful. If you don't know what to do, like if you need to know the keybinds, you go here, file, controls. You see all these keybinds, and then file, preferences. And these can be like just default settings, so how fast everything moves by default, right? You'll notice if you try to use reshade here, it'll be small and messed up. What you're gonna do, you're gonna press F1 on your keyboard, open up the reshade, and you'll see it's normal. And then now you can mess with the reshade however you want. So I can click all these buttons normally. When you're thinking about your basics, you wanna make it like a story where it has your exposition, your conflict, your rising action, your climax, and then your falling action, right? So your exposition will be like your cines. Your conflict will be your actual gameplay and like the build up to the kill. The climax will be the impact. So let's say you have a sniper, that's where you kill the person. The falling action will be when your gun is unscoping, let's say, or it's reloading maybe, right? And then your resolution will be a 3-point graph into a cine or something, right? And so these are just some of edits that I think are really good basics, right? So the number one tip I can give for learning basics and just how to record cines and record COD is just watch a bunch of edits, right? And just kind of look at what they do, maybe go frame by frame and just kind of like copy what they do, right? Or try to learn off of it. So after this, I'm gonna go into After Effects and I'm just gonna kind of show what graphs I use and how I approach my pacing with a couple different songs. And then hopefully you guys can learn and implement it into your own edit. Made a quick edit. I got 2 songs with the same clips with different pacing. I'm just gonna show what a slow pace and a fast pace looks like. And I'll just explain how I kinda graph my impacts and stuff. So right here, we have my first one. This will be a slow pace song. Also, when you're doing COD, I recommend going anywhere between 18 to like 22 FPS, depending on what you're doing. I've gone through to like 15 FPS before. I'll play an example on screen, but normally I go like 20 FPS, right? So this one I'll do 21. So when I'm doing it, you can tell if I open this up, you see it's like the example I gave earlier, like a story. So it has my rising and then my impact points right here, and then your climax, and then your resolution right here, right? So when I'm graphing my snipers, what I go for, like a more linear, right? So it's more to like middle. So when you hear like someone says your velo is too sharp, that means your velo is probably, these 2 bars are probably like closer to the end, right? Like that. That's what a sharp velo looks like. So when you're graphing your snipers, you want to bring this one down, and then this one mainly determines how your velo will look. So you want to bring this back a little bit, right? So when you're editing your COD and just any game or anime in general, you want a 3-point. So you can see right here, I have my first point. These two points are basically 1 point, right? So my first point, my second point right here, and then my last point right here. So for 3-point, it normally looks like this, but when I do COD edits, I like to do it like this. It doesn't really change that much, but just do whatever you want. You can even go like 4-point if it looks best, right? Just whatever it looks the best. And then when I'm doing my cines, I graph it just depending on what I'm going for. So I either go like linear, or for this one I did something a little sharp, basically the same as my sniper. This is basically my like velo I do for everything, just kind of a graph like this where it goes up and then out. So I'll go for something like, it's not as sharp as a sniper might be. Like it's not like this, right? The back. So a little linear, but not like completely straight, right? And then for your rifles, what you want to do is you want to try to keep it linear, but you can also, if you want more impact, you can take this last point and press F9. So it looks like this, and then you can mess with this point, so then it will add more impact to your kill. So if I bring it here, it'll, and this point. So then the same thing applies when you're going for a quick velo. It's basically all the same. The only change is how long your clips will be and the points you choose to have your impacts and stuff on. So look, this will have the same sort of velo, right? So it's the same. It's just a shorter clip length. This is all the exact same, right? This is linear again, right? And that's the basics of velo. Go with the song, go with the flow, and then just keep messing with it. You can't mess up velo, you just need to keep messing with it until it looks good.